Hi, I'm Jake Highland from Rascals, a New York City-based long-form improvisational comedy team. We're going to be competing this Sunday in what's called Indie Cage Match. For those of you who might be unfamiliar, such as whose Facebook feeds might this be appearing in, like friends and loved ones, maybe high school friends that you haven't had contact with in a while. Yeah, we'll be competing with that, and what it is it's a competition where several teams will perform long form improvisation. I won't get into all of that. If you're one of the aforementioned people who are not maybe familiar with the whole comedy scene, if you're not familiar with it, I won't bore you talking out details or game edits and tagouts and things of that nature. Just suffice to say, it's a comedy show where three comedic ensembles will gather. They will perform, hopefully to your liking. No, I'm sure they will. Yeah, certainly. People will vote at the end. The audience will vote. A panel of judges will vote, and then the winner will be permitted to return the following Sunday. And should they do that, should they, complete the trifecta, they'll be able to perform at a stage with inarguably better acoustics in front of a larger audience on a Thursday. Sorry, my arm was getting tired, and I lost my train of thought already. So anyway, we'll perform, and you'll vote, and we would love for you to make it out, to see the show. Vote, I'm not going to tell you to vote for us. Vote with your heart. I'm confident that we, the Rascals, are going to put on a solid show. We got a real solid crew. We got Andre Alubalui. I still don't know if I pronounced that right. We got TJ Del Reno, Dan Glazer, Mike Green, Ian O'Keefe, Aaron Kafetz, Chris Roberti, Mike Romanos, Cypher Sounds, Steve Spencer, John St. Dennis, and myself, who I've already introduced, as some of you might already recognize and be familiar. So yeah, come on to that. I'm just now realizing I should have held the camera panoramically. Not a word, but you get what I mean. Switching halfway, just because I know how it displays in Facebook. It'd be better presentation-wise. Man, that sucks. And that brings me to you probably wondering about the, like, Jake, your camera, you're aiming it at a mirror. Why not use the selfie mode? Your phone must have a selfie mode. They all have them nowadays, and that's true. This phone does have that feature. That was deliberate. That was just a comedic decision I made. I thought it was kind of funny. Hopefully you do too. And if you don't let that be any indication or measure of what kind of show you can expect on Sunday. It's going to be great. I should mention by now that the purpose of this is a hype video. All three teams are required to submit one. But like, what is hype? Hype is, it's defined as exaggerated publicity or hoopla. But I don't feel, it's considered by Webster disingenuous, questionable, hyperbolic to to sell something, to intensify the effect, to swindle, to deceive, to trick, and that's not what I'm here for at all. I'm not here to do any of those things. This is very sincere. It's gonna be a great show. If you're not familiar with the UCB theater, the knee cage match and regular cage match, it's a lot of bang for your buck. You see a lot of show for a paltry $5. Yeah, so like, give it a shot, and it's not the worst thing. It's a good return on your investment for just one single link-in. So you'll be pleased with what you see, and I'm not trying to, modesty is important. At the same time, like, maybe it's not my place to speak for the other 11 Rascals, but I think I'm reasonably confident that we will, bring it and burn the house down in a figurative sense, which is to say, I'm confident. We're a very good crew, a lot of good guys. Already went through their names. We're going to put on a good show for you. I'm confident in that. And while I'm not familiar personally with our competition, Magnus and Trophy Wise, I'm looking forward to a good and spirited competition. That was a little redundant. I would have worded that if I could. I'm realizing I'm not 100% certain that the door is locked. This is the one place where I could, at work, where I can handicap bathroom, where it's. Anyway, we were talking about it. Hold on, just 1 second. I should. Stay. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, funny thing, a lot of us kind of forgot about the importance of these hype videos, and well, now it sounds like someone's fucking outside. I don't know how well this door contains sound. It would be very uncomfortable if. Okay. Okay. So funny thing is, a lot of us forgot. Confession time. A lot of us forgot that hype videos even required, and it came to our attention today because, rather yesterday, because they started the other team's videos started popping up on Facebook, and we're like, oh no, we need to do that. And then there was some back and forth on the team email chain, and the general gist of it was we got to hurry the fuck up, and so here I am. It's not the most inclusive video, but in the interest of expediency, it was mostly agreed upon by the people who actually read and responded to said email chain that it was more important that we produce something quickly than perhaps something that with a greater production value. I'm not especially proficient in Photoshop or editing software. I couldn't even tell you the name of any. That's how fucking. It's a skill I need to learn, especially in the comedy game. But yeah. So I took it upon myself. I haven't consulted the guys. I hope they're going to be okay with this. They might even be producing their own right now. I felt like there was something else. Oh yeah, I mean there was some discussion. Just to paint a picture, some of the things we were discussing. Andre had a funny idea. If if we, and you know there's 12 of us, so it's very hard to get that many people's schedules in sync, you know, for everyone to participate. But Andre had this funny idea that it's like, hey, if you, and you can Google this by a video, he found a video of a bunch of raccoons eating Doritos, and he thought, and I agree, it would be pretty funny if we added our own voiceovers to it. Like each of us on the team, like we were the raccoons, a little bit of anthropomorphic humor. That would have been great. Would have loved to do it, but you know, it's probably more prudent that we post something soon rather than, you know, spend a few days in post-production, even if it is more polished or has more shine on it. Yeah, another idea. I like the idea because there's 12 of us. We're all guys. I like the idea of you know, just imposing our faces over the cast of Ocean's 11, or maybe not even the faces. Maybe just our names captioning. You know, George Clooney and Brad Pitt and Don Cheadle, isn't that right? Yes. Yes. And yeah, I mean, I think that would have been good, but also not animated. Maybe that's more of like an improvteams.com cover photo kind of idea than a fleshed out recorded video. So, yeah, I mean, back to the subject at hand. Yeah, so this will be a video. This is our, well, I mean, it's a hype video, you know, in name only. Because as I said earlier, there's no exaggeration, or like there's no like snake oil salesman pitch. Like we're promising you a very good show that you're gonna be glad you came out to. We've been practicing a while under the tutelage of Christian Capizoli, great guy. Take his classes. You can Google his name and probably find his personal site. He puts them up every once in a while. Highly recommend him. Tiny improviser. Certainly helped me get out of my head. I'm a very, I tend to be a very heady improviser. Relies a lot more on logic than emotion. But he's broke me out of that shell a little bit, which I think is good for me. So, okay, I could just hear someone a moment ago looking for the keys to the handicap bathroom, so it's probably about time that I wrap this up, which I will do by saying, what was I in the middle of talking about? Hype. Yeah, it's called a hype video, but there's no hype here. This is a genuine, I'm sincere. Could have worded that better, but I think you probably get what I mean. And if not, then that's a bit on me. I'll have to apologize to the guys for not better representing them. But we are a very good squad. I don't want to risk, or I don't want to sound cocky or hubristic. But I think we have a better than good chance to walk away from this as winners. No disrespect to Trophy Watch Magnus. I'm just very confident in the prowess of my running crew, Rascals. Very honored and privileged to be a Rascal. Lucky to find the guys. Lucky every time I get to perform with them. They're great. I think you'll agree if you come out this Sunday. Check that out for yourself. Let me prepared a little something. There we go. couldn't check the time while it was in video mode. So I mean, this is gonna get posted to Facebook anyway, so I guess you don't really have to check Facebook. It's gonna be right there. So you can check that out, and I hope that you do, and I don't think you'll be displeased with what you see. So, you know, I guess I've kind of said my piece. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm trying to think. Oh, and this is a little shitty, but let me apologize to the guys right now in advance. Sorry, this is shameless. It's shameless self-promotional plug. Check out on Twitter.com. My handle is adjective nouns, and you know, go through the feed, kick the tires on that Twitter handle. See if it's you know, the kind of humor that you'd appreciate, and if you do, I'd appreciate a follow. And if not, you know, humor is subjective. I take no personal offense to it. Yeah, you don't have to find me funny. A lot of people don't. That's fine. My personal brand's a little off-putting, offsetting. Anyway, I don't want to take too much away from the guys. This is about them, not me. But I will say one last time, twitter.com/adjective nouns. Appreciate if you check it out. But other than that, this is why I'm really here. Yeah. Is that in focus? It did it before. Now it's being weird. Alright, well, if that didn't read well, you could press click the little white circle on YouTube and drag it back a couple seconds to find where I did it earlier, and at least from where I'm sitting, it looked to be in focus. The image was more crisp. I mean, I guess that about covers it. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Great. Hope to see you Sunday. And, you know, yeah. Anything else I could say right now would likely be redundant. So, I won't. Thanks. Just one more thing, because when I was walking home from work, I regretted a little bit that I'm gonna stop right there just for a second to say I'm at home now. There's no mirror here, whereas before at work I was opposite a mirror. But you know, commit to the bits, you start. So this is I'm making as if the mirror were here, because that's what I was doing earlier, and I can't switch this to selfie mode now that I am mid recording, which is unfortunate, but it works out. It's hopefully you find this funny. This little you know, it's you know, human error is funny when no one's harmed by it. Anyway, so I was walking home, and I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of wish I was a bit more forceful with my, because and here's the thing, it's a delicate, it's tough finding a balance. You know, when you're trying to, you want on one hand you want to praise your team, obviously. I mean, I love the Rascals. They're great. I love all of them. At the same time, you know, there's a degree of sportsmanship to it. You want to be respectful to your opponents. it's unfortunate that we even have to see each other as opponents, but that's the nature of cage match. It's won by vote, so it's someone only one can win out of 3. So that's the nature of the beast. Anyway, so we walk a fine line. Is my point? It's a fine line we walk, and I thought perhaps maybe I erred too much on the side of caution. I just want to say, and no disrespect to Magnus or Trophy Wives, we're gonna fucking destroy, because we're rascals and that's what we do. We leave a smoldering heap of slag and ruin in our wake wherever we improvise, and Sunday should be no different, because all the reasons I already outlined. It's a very solid crew, a lot of veteran improvisers, very talented, who all benefited under the tutelage of aforementioned Christian Capizzoli. Great guy, great coach, great improviser, love him, love Bucky. So yeah. I mean, it's rude to say that they don't have a chance, but at the same time, like I promised you earlier in the video, that I'm not going to misrepresent our product, and we're super fucking good. I understand, a boast is is seldom endearing. So if anyone should find themselves disconcerted or uncomfortable by maybe uncomfortable is not the right word, but for lack of a better term, I'm going to stick with it. Anyway, what I'm getting at here is don't judge the other 11 over my my lapse in modesty or humility. Again, this is made this video without consultation of the rest of the team. Not for not to any selfish end, other than it was all in the interest of expediency. Because Sunday's coming up faster than you think. We've already it's hump day. As of this recording, it's the end of hump day. So 2 to go, and then the weekend will fly like that, as they are wont to do. Because time does in fact fly when you're having fun, and weekend is when most of you will have yours. I know I will. So I should, just to So to be concise, we're very good. I'm being a bit of a I guess the term would, I guess it'd be a heel. That's an antagonist, a villain. But again, I'm speaking for one man. Don't judge not the rest. I think Jesus said that. Because they well, you know what they did to him, but I'm pretty sure they spared his apostles. I'm not. Oh shit! Now it sounds like I'm likening myself to Jesus. That's not true. I mean, people. If you knew me 3 years ago, people would have. But that was just solely based on appearance. I had pretty long hair, and but that purely physical surface. Certainly don't claim to have the personality traits or characteristics of Jesus Christ. Better man than I, if indeed he did exist. And there's certainly that's not me planting the seed of doubt that he did. It's just there's ample. I don't want to offend either side. There's ample ample evidence to support, both sides of that argument, which I won't get into right now. It would be inappropriate. I'm going off on a tangent again, which I'm sure the guys won't be terribly thrilled with. So yeah, probably wrap this up. My phone just shook a little. I think my brother's trying to call me. I'm supposed to hang out with him soon. So yeah, I'm on borrowed time at this point. If brevity is the soul of wit, as Shakespeare had said in, I forget if it was Macbeth or Hamlet, but it was definitely one of those two. Brevity is the soul of wit. If that's the case, then inversely, the inverse correlation, I would be by that same logic an imbecile, because it has taken me a very long time to say very little. But again, just if this video is not, it's not so much your speed, not particularly to your liking, it should serve as no indicator or barometer for the enjoyment you're certain to get when you see Rascals on Sunday night at UCB East. Check that. Again, I'm one man out of 12. That's I think thereabouts like 8.5%. So like at most the rest of the guys are so good. They're great. You'll love them. At most you'll hate 8.5% of the show, which is still a 91.5, which is an A-. Still a very solid score. If yeah. Okay, so I think that does it. My brother is waiting here for me, so I'm gonna push whatever button brings this brings an end to this madness. It looks to be down here on the bottom right. Good night, and I hope to see you Sunday. Yeah, take care. Have a great Wednesday evening.